and welcome to another episode of Tribunal of the Grid, where we talk about all things Power Rangers, including the actors that play them. My name is Brandon.
I am Lena.
I'm Will.
And today we have another exciting episode for you. We have some things that we are going to discuss with you. We are going to be doing Ranger things yet again because, we always talk about the actors, because that's what we do. We talk about what they do, honey. Okay? And we are going to be discussing the Fan First Friday that Hasbro had hosted when they basically introduced the brand new line.
Ooh.
And so we're going to go ahead and get this show started today. Now, Lena, we got some Ranger things. We got a little bit going on. Tell us about it. What's going on?
We certainly do. So I just got this in today, but Nico, the yellow Ninja Steel Ranger, is in a
Ninja Spin!
In a brand new movie called Dramarama that's supposed to air August 22nd on Outfest. So I guess it's part of like a film festival as well in LA. And it looks interesting because it's a movie about high school drama kids. And we know how freaky those drama kids are. Like, do you remember this one time at band camp? That's what I'm picturing right now. That's literally all I'm picturing. Instead of like band camp, it's like drama camp. Just saying. So, anyways, this movie takes place in California around 1994. So we're bringing back the 90s. And it's the end of summer, and Gene is preparing for his high school drama friend's final murder mystery slumber party. This theatric host, Rose, will fly off to start college the next morning, followed by the earnest Claire, the magnetic Oscar, and sarcastic Allie. Yet, Gene has bigger problems than being left behind by his best friends. He wants to come out of the closet. Oh, but is terrified of what his sheltered Christian best friends might think. Well, that's an interesting storyline. I was not entirely expecting that at all.
Wow.
So that's going to be interesting. I wonder if that would be Nico's character. If y'all go onto our Insta, you'll see the little trailer and you'll know what I mean. So that's interesting. I'm excited. I'm excited to actually be able to view this myself eventually. So we have that,
same.
Right? And then next, we have this limited series called Your Honor that is 35 minutes each episode, and Bryan Cranston is in it. As far as I know, the synopsis says, as the son of a rep judge gets involved in a hit and run, we see how even the most upright people break in order to save their family. The judge sacrifices relationships and subverts the law to save his son from a vengeful gangster. Well, I don't think I would ever want to be a hit and run where someone's going to be killing me. I'd rather die first. Like, it sounds like that's a lot more scary than just dying in the car accident. Because now you mess with the wrong people.
Well, good grief, you don't even want to put up a fight?
By a gangster? Heck no. Because, you have to remember, the gangster is going to get your family. They're going to get your pets. They're going to watch you. They're going to stalk you. They're going to make you think you're crazy. Come on. That's like being haunted, but by real life people.
Listen.
I don't know about that. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, that just sounds way more stressful, a lot more pain than just essentially just dying in that hit and run. I'm just saying.
I mean, listen.
What would you do?
Me personally, I would be fighting for my life. So
leaving the country, changing your name, getting plastic surgery.
Now I don't know about getting plastic surgery. I mean, I might change my hair, but I don't know about changing my face.
Oh my God, I'm dead. You're like one of those cartoons. I changed my hair. I'm a different person now. You cannot recognize
Sailor Moon did it.
Oh yeah, it's true. She did. And tuxedo mask on, mask off. You can't recognize me.
Mask on, mask off. You couldn't tell who it was.
I'm dead. But moving on,
Trying to
we
tell you.
we finally got the release of Paper Champions. And Paper Champions is an uplifting comedy about Ray, a young man who wants to find love despite having lost his mana. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm assuming
It's what?
his mana. But the reason why this movie is being mentioned is because John Tui plays Wayne in this lovely movie that's supposed to be hilarious. It's an Australian comedy with plenty of laughs, heartfelt moments. It's a story of self-discovery, and while exploring its masculinity, it never assigned value to any particular expressions of it, leading to a good feel flick that has deeper meaning. Wow. And apparently we get great performances from the big names like John Chewy and Grace Sweet, along with awesome work by some of the new faces and lesser known actors. So that's interesting. That is it for me. It's a very short Ranger Things.
All right.
You know, not much happened other than all those other amazing projects that are coming out.
Well, at least you did. We got everybody on together. We shouted out everybody, so everything is all good.
Well, hopefully we shout out everybody.
We're gonna go ahead and get into.
Hopefully we mention everybody. You know. Oh. I mean.
Oh, I had a snack, so I
So let's hope we got everybody.
I had a snack, so I am very nourished right now, and I am full. So if I come off, sounding a little, little
feisty,
petty, a little shady,
a little feisty, a little petty.
Oh my gosh! But anywho, but yeah, so we actually, I did not mention this at the beginning, but actually, if you guys did not know, I'm also a part of No Pink Spandex as well. And
whoop, whoop.
Seamus Kelly of No Pink. What? Oh my god!
I don't think we ever actually announced this on our channel. So this will literally be the official announcement on this channel that Brandon is part of No Pink Spandex, and he has been for a while.
I mentioned No Pink Spandex because Seamus Kelly, who is also a part of No Pink Spandex as well, and also he does his own podcast as well on Gundam. I want to say it's Gundam. So make sure you check that out. But oh no, it's Robotech. Sorry, Robotech. So, but they're both robot shows, so he would kill me if he heard me say that. But anyway,
it's okay. We will put the link in our bio, in our description box. So.
Right.
We'll be fine. We're getting it together, guys. We're trying. We're
getting it together.
We're just we're just doing us.
Listen. I had my snack and I'm nourished, but I'm still a little, when it comes to thinking, I'm still foggy. So forgive me. But no, he wrote an article on which is called the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie we almost got. It had a lot of really good information from an unused script of Mighty Morphin that obviously was never done. And it was some gems in there. I think there was some really interesting stuff that I think would have made the movie somewhat better. Well, I wasn't trying to say better. I wasn't trying to say better, but I mean, for lack of better words, maybe better.
Yeah.
One of the things that really stuck out to me from that article was when they said that when it was said that Ivan Ooze, they gave this whole background on Ivan Ooze and Zordon, which I personally feel like that would have been something that would have been really cool to know that originally Ivan Ooze was responsible for destroying cities by killing the adults. And having basically hypnotizing kids. So that was kind of like, and that's why it makes sense that Ivan Ooze would do what he did in the movie. Like, it would make perfect sense because that's what he's done for all these years, before Zordon and the Order of the Melodon trapped him in, the little egg and, buried him underground. Plus, they also mentioned that Zordon actually was the leader of the Order of Melodon and that Dulcia was a part of that team. What do you guys think about that?
Well,
that would have made for some cool flashback sequences.
I was about to say that would have been very interesting to see. As it's pretty much what Will said, actually. I don't know why I'm processing that so much slower today, but that would definitely have been interesting. And it'd be nice to have Dulcia have a little bit of a backstory because we didn't really know much of her, other than she was a great
right, and she could twirl them sticks.
Mm-hmm.
And she looked great in that little tiny outfit.
Listen,
she did though. Body was snatched.
So snatched. I mean, she'd be like making me think that I'm catfishing myself because I can't look like that. Like, she is beautiful. Beautiful.
I was like, wow. Like, even as a kid, I was like, yo, like, she looked bomb. Like, she looked so freaking cool. And I'm sorry, I wanted those thigh-high boots.
I was wondering if I should have been watching it when I saw her, because she just, it was such a small costume.
Are you serious?
Like, my God, Will.
Don't see us.
I was blushing.
Not that bad.
What?
Were you getting a hard on as a kid?
Oh my God, I didn't say all that.
I mean,
now, Will.
I definitely wanted her outfit, but now I realize I could never wear her outfit because I don't have a thigh gap. And nor do I have a snatched body like that. Makes me sad.
Just give me her boots.
Makes me sad.
Just give me her boots and I'll be happy.
I mean, her boots are... But that's the thing. I can't fit into her boots because I have thick-ass calves. So there you go. All the reason why I'm so freaking jealous of her. Jeez, girl.
Oh, my God.
Jeez.
Oh, my gosh.
Like, really, girl?
But, yeah, so...
She had it all.
For real, her body was nice.
She had it all.
Like, and then, of course, Mariska Hargitay. Oh, gosh, I am totally butchering her name. Oh, my God, I'm so sorry. She was originally Dulcia.
Wait, not originally. Not originally. I believe it was Gabrielle originally. Then she got sick, and then it was Mariska, and then for whatever reason, they decided to have Gabrielle come back when she was healthy. I couldn't believe how.
Well, the reason was because she basically was like, well, I'm not doing anything. Yeah, she was like, I'm not doing anything, so can I go home? And it was like, sure, you can go home. And they never called her back. Ha-ha!
You're right.
So, yeah, like, that's the gag on that. But she, but yeah, and even Mariska, her body was like, she had a whole ass 6-pack. I'm like, yo, like, how does she got a whole 6-pack though? Like, body snatched. Like, what? Amazing. But so yeah, like, they basically was supposed to be like a part of the order, and basically Dulcia had this whole storyline which made her a totally like fleshed out character. I mean, she was from this race of people who basically created the Ninjetti. And which Nin is man, Jetty is
I was about to mention that.
That's so cool. Yeah. And I thought that was so cool because that would have given more depth and more like context to their powers. Mm-hmm. And it's all about exploring and like reaching their highest potential. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was so freaking cool. I'm like, oh my gosh, like if they would have actually included that in the movie, it would have made so much sense. Like their powers would have made so much more sense. And then like with the training montage that they were gonna have, and like, oh my gosh,
they
made so much more sense.
I just saw it. Dang. Oh yeah. The Tengu Warriors, they were going to have a leader, a Queen Tengu, that was a different color, and I think she had red eyes. They said,
yeah.
And instead, they just went for them all being, as we know, they were all just the henchmen instead.
Right. And then
that would have been cool. That would have been cool.
It really would have. Like to actually see them like actually fight the queen, the Queen T, not Queen B, but the Queen T.
Wow.
Like, you know. You know, that would actually have been really cool. Like, I think that would have been dope. Of course, I think everybody knows about the rats. I think everybody knows about the rat suits. And if you don't know what I'm referring to, is the rat suits that were actually used in the episode where Tommy comes back as the Green Ranger in season 2. And like then he becomes Colonial Tommy and defeats the rats in the colonial time where Aisha definitely would have probably been captured and turned into a slave. And so would Adam, and so would Rocky. Yeah. Because I highly doubt that Angel Grove was not racist at that time. I highly doubt that. I highly doubt that.
And they also had oh my god, I just had another brain for it. Oh my god, there was something else that they had left out. Oh yeah. Dosia's her little friend, the little anteater.
Yeah. Like her little companion, and he was basically like making little jokes and dragging the kids.
I wonder if he would have been annoying or if he would have been just right. That's an easy role to kind of get messed up.
That's true. Because you would have had to have like a certain voice actor. He would have had to been funny, and it could have easily. You're right. It could have easily went either really good or really bad. Like, yeah. I'm kind of glad they didn't include him in the final draft. I'm kind of glad. Because, I mean, that kind of character really isn't needed, so to speak. But I don't know. If they would have done him right, maybe. But I don't. But you know, this is Power Rangers, so that could either go like really good or really bad. Now, one thing that really did strike me as like, oh, that's so awesome, but what the heck, was when they mentioned that originally the Power Rangers weren't supposed to teleport to Phaedos, but they actually were going to ride in Alpha's ship that he arrived to Earth on. I thought that was really cool. Then we would have actually seen Alpha's spaceship, the ship that he used to come to Earth. However, the gag was in the script, they also said that Kimberly was throwing shade at his ship. And I'm like, now see, you ain't got to be talking junk about the man ride. You know what I'm saying? Or the girl ride, whatever Alpha was. You ain't had to be talking junk about it now.
Right.
Like that's like you like in your friend car and your friend trying to take you somewhere and y'all trying to go out somewhere and you being like, "Ooh, your car's a dump, girl." Like, watch it, Helfer. You know, like doing the most. But I really like that. That was really cool because that would have added a little more to Alpha. That would have added some little context to Alpha too. And also to like pretty much the story is pretty much the same. With some exceptions, like originally they weren't supposed to like the big fight at the monolith was not supposed to happen. Originally they were supposed to crack the code. They were like supposed to crack a code, and basically they only had like 2 minutes, or they were going to blow up too. Along with it, I was like, okay. So that would have been that. And
very 90s trope.
Right, it's very 90s, like very speed. And if you,
I was thinking of that.
Movie, okay, you seen that movie, right?
Yes, that was one of my go-to movies in my life.
Are you serious?
Yes, I love that movie.
Oh my god! I would say I loved it, but it was a good movie.
Oh my god, I used to love that movie, and I used to love the net, but that's okay.
The net.
Finish, yes, finish.
I am not. Listen. Okay, well, I'm not judging.
I was a Sandra Bullock fan.
You were totally judging.
I'm not judging.
You're totally judging. Stop lying.
But nah, so yeah, it was that. And then basically, instead of them getting their powers from like them getting their, getting the great power and then getting their powers and Zords, Zordon actually gives them their Zords and powers, which really kind of irritates me because that proves that Zordon be holding out on them all the time. Even in death, Zordon is like, you know what? I got these trinkets, and I'm gonna hold them out at the very. It's like, come on, bruh. But there's
what
that.
A selfish being. He likes to control.
No, for real.
He wants to know.
Like, I don't understand Zordon.
And you know what makes me wonder, though, too? Doesn't that contradict his own values? Because the whole idea of him is that he wants to do good for the world. He wants to save the world. And he wants, great things for the humanity, right? Or for humanity. But meanwhile, he's got all of this, in the back of his pocket. And he's like, maybe I'll share. Maybe I won't. So it's almost like he's playing God, deciding who gets to live and who doesn't.
But that's exactly what it is. That, like, you hit the nail on the head. I feel like they take the ancient sage thing a little too far sometimes. Like with the whole idea of Zordon being like the oracle, kind of like the end all know all type of thing, really omnipresent.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes they take that a little too far because it's like, bruh, if you know that these Rangers, like that these powers exist, that these powers are supposed to like be a thing, then why not just go ahead and give them to them? Why are you making them go through so many hoops and all this stuff just to get those powers? Like, come on, bruh. Like, literally, you dying. And Ivan Ooze is like running amok in the city, and you've been holding on to these Ninja Zords the whole time, bro. Come on now, like you're doing the most. Stop it. So I'm kind of glad that didn't make the script. Kind of glad, because that would have really yes, it would have been classic Zordon. That would have been something that Zordon would definitely do. But at the same time, I'm glad they didn't do that, because if they did, that would have really sucked. And then the movie ends with them, and I'm just kind of like, okay. Oh, I totally forgot. They the three, the Stone Canyon trio, they actually make hints that trio was not the original team. They weren't a part of the team originally. Whereas in the movie that we got, it was never really mentioned. They actually did make hint of it in the actual script, Which how do you guys feel about that? Like, do you think that they should have mentioned it? Do you think that the way that the movie that we got, do you think they handled it well? Do you think that not mentioning it was a good thing? What are your thoughts?
Well, I think that it would have been cool to mention it, but at the same time, the fact that it wasn't affiliated with the show, or as far as the the continuity, and the fact that there might have been people who just went to see the movie and didn't know anything about the show, it wasn't really needed. So, like, I think just being a fan of the show already, when I was watching the movie, I still remember watching the Star Wars esque that textual at the very beginning of the movie, and they mentioned 6 heroes, and then I'm thinking, oh, so I guess it's not 5. So I guess Jason, Zach, and Trini don't matter. Basically, like at 5 years old, I really was thinking all of that. But yeah, like it would have been cool, like just like fan service thing, but it wasn't really necessary.
And I agree with Will there, because I was just gonna say, like, I felt like not knowing that didn't change how we view the movie. We obviously still liked it just as much, and
right.
And then furthermore too, I think it. Like, do you know if they actually shot for this, or they just decided not to add it all together?
I don't know if they actually shot it or not, because they may have, because a lot of those scenes they do have pictures of, like with them, doing the training sequences and all of that. They actually did film some stuff, so I don't know if that was stuff that they actually filmed or not. But they could have filmed it. They could have filmed that.
The reason why I'm asking is because do you remember in the 2017 movie where they had Jason and Kimberly kiss, and it was in the trailer, but then it obviously never made to the final cut of the movie, which I'm really glad about, because with that kiss, it would have just made her like, oh yeah, you're just there because of your boyfriend, kind of a thing, not like that. Right. Kimberly is her strong, independent woman, and she deserves every spotlight, as Jason did, So the reason I'm asking that is similar to that, where maybe they test run it and realize it's just not going to work out, or just didn't sit well, or people were confused, or there was questions that they couldn't answer because they didn't write a backup answer, or maybe they still want people to be like confused, right? Because it didn't stick with the TV series, and of course, like, the movie should be a standalone, even though I know it was a it was obviously the Power Rangers, right? But it should be standalone in the sense that people shouldn't have to watch the series to understand or to get what the movie was all about. And so yeah, so I'm glad it wasn't in it. But that's part of the main reason I was asking. Maybe if it was filmed, maybe it just didn't sit well with the audience, so they decided to take it out. Which I'm so glad, kind of like that kiss. I'm so glad I never made it. I was shook it didn't make it because we saw it in the trailer, but I'm glad it did make it, because it just made it, character-wise, it made her better as a ranger, and it made her stronger.
And it wasn't. That's another thing that wasn't necessary.
No,
it just for the story, that didn't need to happen.
No.
And the fact that they thought that we were going to get more, that could have been something that happened later on, but it didn't need to happen there.
No, 100%.
Right, because and it's funny that you guys say that, because and I've been saying this from Jump Street, with the 2017 movie, I kind of felt like that would have been a great plot point if they had made Tommy a male. That would have been really cool to have kind of a love triangle between Jason, Kimberly, and Tommy. That would have probably been really cool if Tommy was a cis male.
For sure.
Ooh, okay. So Tommy and Jason and Kimberly are vying for her affection. But then again, it's also too, it would have been really cool if Tommy was a female, because then, you know what I'm saying?
She could have been
Trini.
Yeah.
Or
and then Kimberly could have been curious with her sexuality too. I'm just throwing it out there.
Comic Kimberly.
What?
Yeah.
Comic Kimberly.
Comic Kimberly.
Young Kimberly or Ranger Slayer Kimberly?
Ranger Slayer, I assume.
Ranger Slayer.
Yeah, Ranger Slayer, I assume. Because young Kimberly wasn't like that. You can tell, like, in Ranger Slayer, I haven't read it all, but I got the same vibe. So it's funny that, like, you mentioned that, because I got that vibe. Haven't read it yet, but I definitely got that vibe from her when I noticed how they dressed her and how they betrayed her. But yeah, no, like, but think about it, right?
It's the lesbian haircut.
Exactly, it is the lesbian haircut.
A short haircut does not make you a lesbian.
No, but it's also how.
First of all, this is the style of it. We know the lesbian haircut. Let's not go there. We know the lesbian haircut,
right?
Because the lesbian haircut looks like Ellen.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
That's the lesbian haircut.
You're not wrong. So, like, yeah, so, like, for all we know, she could have been curious. Because you have to remember, like, up until this point, Kimberly was, like, the perfect goody two-shoe. And she, you know, like, was part of the, like, popular crowd. Dated the boy all because he was popular. And, or whatever it was. I don't know. We obviously didn't get a lot of her backstory. But then when she, you know, ended up becoming a ranger is when she rebelled a little bit more. She did her own thing. She became her own person. And you have to remember, high school is confusing. Like, high school is one of those time where you thought you know yourself, but then you don't.
You don't know shit.
You don't know shit. So that's what I mean.
Don't.
So that's what I
You
mean.
really
So
don't.
for all we know, had Tommy been a girl, she could have been curious too. We don't know that.
True.
You know, we don't know that. Like, maybe she...
And then the love triangle could have been between Tommy, Kimberly, and Trini.
I was about to mention that because there's a lot of people that ship Trini and Kimberly from the movie.
Yup.
Sure did.
Sure did. So, like, yeah, so you never know, right? So anything could have happened had there's, you know, like, but they did build it well enough that should they ever want to pick it back up, which they can't because they'll have to recast everybody. But it would have. Well, it's true, right? Because, like, at this point, well, like, I mean, they still look really great. So technically speaking, if they really want to push for it, they don't have to. Because when you really think about it, all of them still look exactly the same. Like, all of them.
Yeah, they could just like have it a couple of years later.
Right.
Right, senior year.
Yeah, senior year, exactly. Like, same thing. They got through it all. Like, you know.
I'm just saying, you know, they could totally do that.
Well,
senior year.
Let's be honest here. Ludi Lin, Becky G, and Naomi did not fucking age. Look at RJ. They did not age. The only person who looked like he semi-aged was Decker. Wait.
He still looks good.
Decker.
No.
He looks great.
No, there's nothing wrong with him. He looks fantastic.
But he does look like he's older.
Yes.
Yeah, he looks older.
He looks older. Exactly. That's all I'm trying to say. Like, he looks fantastic. There's nothing wrong with him. Absolutely nothing. Man, that man is fine. He just looks older.
Decker's a whole snack.
Oh, and a half.
Okay.
So,
snack
like,
and a drink.
We'd be thirsty for him.
Okay, hello.
You know? So, yeah, so we're not saying there's anything wrong with him. It's just that he does look older. That's it. Mm-hmm. So, for him, it would be hard to have him come back and be, like, you know, the young version of him. Or of Jason. So,
right.
But everyone else looks exactly the same. Like, freaking Ludi Lin is over 30 years old, and the man looking like he's 16 years old still. Like, are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah, because he was like, what, in his like late 20s, early 30s when he did the movie?
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
Right?
You look like a whole ass teenager.
Right? I dead ass literally thought he was way younger than we were until I looked up his age, and I was like, you're older than I am. I think he's even older than you,
right.
Brandon. Like,
yeah, like, I think we're almost the same age. Yeah, I think we're almost the same age.
I'm actually going to look this up now.
I'm
really curious.
What?
Okay, to absolutely confirm this, he's born November the 11th, 1987, so he's 32 years old.
Yeah, he's older than me.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's older than you.
I thought we were the same age. He's older than me. Wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm like, I think he's older than you are. Oh my God, I just totally found this out. He's from the same place as my mom was from in China. Sorry, random facts, but yeah.
Wow, Lena.
Random fact. He's older than you are. That's what I mean. Like, so basically, he was in his late 20s playing a 16-year-old, and he still looks like
that is not. What? That's nothing new. That's nothing new.
No, that's nothing new for sure. But what I'm saying is, like, he literally looked 16 years old.
Like, he's giving the Dawson Creek vibe.
Totally.
I remember when I found out he was older, I was shocked. But I thought that he was even older than that. I thought that that's what I had read. I thought he was like 34, but I guess not.
No.
He was like in his late 20s. I was about like 28, 29.
Yeah, 29.
Yeah, when he filmed that.
It's so crazy to think that.
Like, I'm looking at the cast now, and I'm just like, they look so young.
They do. Like, they really do.
So young.
Even, like, Becky looks even younger, because, like, now Becky has matured and grown into her body. She looks even younger now than she did back then. And let's be honest.
Really does.
And let's be honest, they did not know how to dress her. I'm not gonna lie. Like they made her look like she was way bigger than she really was. Like, I remember, like, looking at her body, and they made her face a little chubbier, and they made her body look like it was way thicker, because like, she had breasts, you know, but then they dressed her in a way that was very unflattering. Like, it did make her look slim.
I thought that was the point, though, because she's in a really
awkward
phase of her life.
Oh.
Like, she doesn't know.
Yeah, that's the point. She wasn't supposed to be. Yeah, she was supposed to be glamorous.
Oh, no.
Like the glamorous Becky G that we know.
No. I don't mean, like, the glamorous part. I just mean, like, because I seen her doing a movie, like, when I seen the behind the scenes, and I seen her do something else, like, really recent within that time frame, she slimmed right down, in the sense that, like, the way they dressed her didn't make her look flattering. Like, she didn't have to look glamorous, but what I'm saying is, like, I guess the clothing.
At least have a belly top on with her baggy jacket.
Yeah, like, yes, exactly. Something like that, you know? They just made her look blah. Like, she just rolled out of bed, and I'm here to film, like, kind of a thing. Like, it just didn't look flattering. Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess
for them, they were really trying to go for that tomboy look.
They were really going for that tomboy
look. Because I guess,
look.
like, tomboys really wouldn't be walking around with crop tops. And
yeah, but again, I feel like...
Some
do, yeah. I mean... And some look... I don't know.
I've seen them.
I'm not saying they all don't, but I'm saying, like, as a whole, you wouldn't think of a tomboy walking around with a crop top.
True.
As a whole, you wouldn't think of that.
Right.
I'm not saying they don't,
yeah.
But you wouldn't think of it.
For sure. I don't know. I just felt like either or, the clothes she had on just wasn't as flattering as I want them to be on her. Even the makeup wasn't as nice. They gave her, like, the really chubby cheeks.
They gave her a cute smoky eye, though.
They did. They really did.
Like, her smoky eye was nice, and them eyebrows was snatched.
Yes.
Her eyebrows was together, honey. But, I mean...
Eyebrows on
fleek. Personally, I like the way they did her, in a sense. Because to me, she felt normal.
Right.
But, yeah. I don't know. Because, like, I feel like if they had did her any more, I felt like Becky G would have came out. Rather than Tree.
Very true. Very true.
I don't know. But, anyway, going back to the original topic. Because we totally just devied from it. So yeah, like the movie ends with like them, doing the whole Power Rangers and all of that mess. Which, I mean, it would have ended kind of like the original TV show, like the original first episode. Which I'm like, glad that didn't happen, because the ending with the explosion, with the fireworks, that's iconic. Like, you can't get any better than that.
Like, God, I'm thinking about the song. Oh my God.
Right? Right. Like, that ending is iconic. Like,
loved.
It's so good. Like, I'm sorry. First of all, before they even get to that part, the "I've got the power"
right
playing in the background while they all sitting there eating. Like, yo, that ending is so legendary. It's so good. It's so good.
It was.
That's why I'm just like, I couldn't see them changing that.
Got me so pumped. Got me so ready. Just loved it.
For real.
Just
like,
loved it.
They couldn't. Yeah. I'm glad they didn't change it. I'm glad they didn't do that ending in that script. I'm glad they didn't do it.
No, that ending, loved. I'm sorry. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm still like bobbing my head, and I love the little scene how they're sending each other the paper note, but because they're the only ones that could catch it, it was just amazing. I loved it.
Wait, wrong. Oh, you're talking about 2017. I'm
right.
Like,
what are we talking about?
We're talking about
the ending to the 95 movie.
Oh, that too. My bad. Clearly, I really wanted to talk about the 2017 movie.
Well, Lena, we could talk about the 2017 movie on an upcoming episode.
Yes!
We can talk about that. So this episode's about 95, okay?
All right, fine. But yes, it was okay. Now that I know exactly what we're talking about, that was also a really good ending too. The fireworks. We're talking about the fireworks, right? Fireworks, the fadeaway.
Yes.
Loved.
I always wanted the food they were eating because it looked like really expensive seafood.
Well, you know what made me wonder too?
Really did, though.
How do they have money for this?
Right?
Like how did they let them in looking like that? Because that place looked expensive.
Well, they were at Ernie's.
No.
Yeah, and Ernie wasn't giving them the hookup.
He wasn't even in the damn movie. He was over
He wasn't. He was not in the movie.
And
that was Ernie's? Really?
Yeah, he was. No. He was in Australia, but they just didn't use any of his scenes.
Yep.
Are you serious?
Yeah. At least he got to go to Australia. So get paid for it.
Right.
Oh my god.
The gag. But yeah, like he definitely he wasn't in the movie, but you know they got that food for free. You know they did. Like Ernie was like, you know you guys are my favorite guys. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and do everything half off. Everything half off.
Everything's on the house.
Everything on the
How many times did he do that? Oh my god.
Yo, he gave Ernie should have been bankrupt. Like how many times as he gave everything on the house, he should have been bankrupt.
Maybe he's well off. Maybe he was.
Well, I wouldn't say that because remember that episode in season 1 where they were about to when he was about to lose it,
right,
and they had to raise money.
He was stressing hard.
That's cool that they did that. That's really cool that they actually did an episode like that.
That's why I'm like, bruh, and you keep putting everything on the house. You ain't learned your lesson?
Clearly not.
Hey, charge these mofos. Shoot. Everything on the house. Like, what are you doing? But anywho, so yeah, as a whole, I think that some of the things in the script would have been great, especially the whole Tommy flying into a wall. I think that would have been awesome. But I don't know. Like, do you think that some of these things would have made a better movie after we talked about it? Like, do you think that did I ask that already?
Yeah,
but
you did.
But now you went into more detail of what else was in the article.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I still feel the same way. It would have been cool to just have more than what we got. What we got was fun, but it definitely was lacking some stuff. But I would have loved to have seen some of that stuff. I love like background building, character development on all.
And plus, too, honestly, and I've said this for years. I've always said this. I always said that they should have had Ninjor be Dulcia in like the vein of story. Like give Ninjor a similar storyline to Dulcia.
Okay,
because
I can see that.
Yeah, because it would have made so much more sense instead of just having Ninjor be in prison in a bottle. Like, Christina Aguilera, Genie in a Bottle. Like, just sitting there chilling.
Where do you think Christina got her song?
Let me out.
Where do you think Christina got her song, She was like, yeah, I think that would be a great song. We're going to make a song on that.
I think that would be a great song. After watching Power Rangers, I think that would be wonderful.
Right?
Wow, what if that was the inspiration for that song? That's hilarious.
Terrible. But nah, like, it's just like, wow. Like, I don't know. Like, I really do think that would have probably given Ninja a lot more, like, story and a lot more to do rather than just, oh, yeah, I'm just here. Because, like, they just totally discarded him, especially after everything was over. But this is not about Ninja. This is about the 1995 movie. But anyway, moving on to the last event, to the last thing of the episode, which we are going to be talking about the Hasbro Pulse Fan First Friday that happened on Facebook Live. So John, who does brand marketing for Hasbro, and Corey, who does 3D sculpting for Hasbro, talked about the new Hasbro releases, which, I mean, honestly, were already leaked. I mean, we already knew what they were. But the leaks were Zach, the Black Ranger, without the shield. Child. Anyway.
And with braids. I got some choice words for this.
Yeah, with the braids. Zach with the braids. Hey.
Season 2. Zach.
We got 2 Zachs. Child. And this one don't look no better. But anyway, Zero Ranger 5, Tommy. We got another Tommy. No surprise there. Ashley, the Yellow Space Ranger, aka Rachel from Friends, and Godar with no wings. So they talked about that, which I'm going to ask you guys your opinion on that soon. But going on, they actually talked about a whole bunch of stuff. But then they meant the main part of the live that everybody was waiting for. Everybody was waiting and gagging. So the question was asked, when is Beast Morphers coming to the United States? And can you tell us anything about Dino Fury? Well, John answered, and he said that Beast Morphers will be coming back to the States on Nickelodeon in September. So, next month. However, comma, he basically duped everybody and was like, yeah, Dino Fury, we ain't saying nothing about Dino Fury yet. You'll find out about it when you find out. Yeah. Bruh. I mean, he didn't say those exact words, but basically, you might as well could have said that. It's like, what are you doing? Like, everybody is waiting on this live to actually find out about Dino Fury. Like, everybody is waiting. That's why we tuned into it. Honestly, nobody cared about the Lightning Collection. We don't care. We already knew about the Lightning Collection. We already knew what was coming. So it's like, bruh, like, give us the Ranger news. Like, give us Dino Fury. That's what we want to hear. Like, we want to know who the cast is. Not you giving us Lou Rawls and Zach. Like, we don't care. Like, oh, gosh. Okay, sorry. I'm already venting. But anywho, speaking of Lou Rawls, what do y'all think about these space sculptures?
Okay. Let me just start by saying we totally called it when we said
yes,
it could be the fake, and they were fake.
Well, one of them, it seemed like one of them was, but then again, like I'm confused. I'm so confused because the actual Lightning Collection we have, it looks different than the ones
that were leaked.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you.
So what the hell were those? Maybe they were prototypes?
They were probably prototypes. I think they were prototypes.
And then where the hell is Tommy? Why was Tommy with them?
Right.
I'm telling you, man. I still think they're all fake.
I mean, they could have been.
I feel like they were fake.
I mean, well, we know they were real.
Well, you know what?
Especially Ashley, Zach, and Andros. Not Andros, Jesus, Tommy.
Okay, so we knew that they were coming already. Like, that was the rumor months ago. What if somebody just repurposed the Lightning Collection figures that they already had and, like, customized them?
Okay, that's a really poor custom job.
True.
Then.
Just because of the coloring issues of the suits.
No, we spoke about this. Like, people who customize it looks way better than whatever we saw in that image.
That could have been a bad customizer. So not everybody's good at it.
Well, then I want to say something mean, but I was like, no, we can't discourage people. But bottom line is, either or, whoever customized it or did not customize, whatever they did, they were ballsy to be like, this is a new Lightning Collection, y'all. Like, that's
I honestly think those were prototypes. I really do. Because and the reason why I say that Tommy? I think they're prototypes.
What about the Green Tommy? How is he a prototype?
Well, he wasn't released. So they might be saving him for like
later.
Wave 7. Mm-hmm. They might be saving him. Because like I honestly feel like the only Green Ranger Tommy we got was the silver one. The one with the silver. The one that everybody don't like.
Fighting Spirit.
Yeah, Fighting Spirit. There we go. Fighting Spirit Tommy. Like, that's the only Green Ranger we got. So I'm pretty sure that, like, he's probably going to be coming in, like, Wave 7. Or they might just release him the way they did, like, Omega and Trent. They just was like, here you go, bam, Green Ranger.
No. You know they're not going to do that because they're going to use
not do that
every opportunity to, like, milk Tommy for all the money. Like, okay, I'm just going to say this right here. I even noticed it. Anytime I use Tommy as our title, we get way more views than when we don't use Tommy in our title.
So what are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say we should be calling all our episodes Tommy number 1, Tommy number 2, Tommy number 3. we need to become those clickbait people.
Tommy case 5, Tommy case 6, Tommy case 7, Tommy case 8. Like, just Tommy all the time.
A dead ass. I mean, so serious. If you look back on it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. If you look at the stats, you'll see how many people click on it and want to listen to it when they see the name Tommy. Then in the episodes that we don't have Tommy's name attached to it, they get view the exact same amount of numbers, but in a longer period of time.
Well, I mean, listen.
Tell you, man. Throw Lord Dragon and Tommy into our names. Tommy case 1, 2, 3, whatever.
The God King is giving us all the likes and all the views. We appreciate the God King Tommy. However, can we just like get one wave without him? Like, you know, can we get at least one? I feel like almost every wave we've had featured at least one Tommy in some way, shape, or form. Whether it was Tommy or Lord Dragon. Like, all the waves featured at least one Tommy.
Well, not even the wave. Like, the last one, Lord Dragon got released on his own. He was his own single wave. He wasn't even a wave. He was the wave.
This is true.
You know? So I don't know.
Like, I don't know. Listen. Like I said, I feel like Green was a prototype. I really do. I feel like Green is a prototype, and he's coming soon. But
of course he's coming.
Yellow, black, and of course. But Yellow, black, and red, they were a part of Wave 6, and I feel like they were prototypes because they didn't have nothing. Like, they didn't have no stuff. Like, they had no heads, no weapons, no nothing. So they were probably prototypes. But at the same time, though, can we talk about these faces? Like, what is with them in botching up faces? I don't get it. Like, and why does Zach's braids look like right? It looks like somebody just splattered a turd on top of his head and just like, there you go,
molded it.
Right, like molded a turd on his head. Like, it's just like, it looks terrible. It looks terrible.
He still has that or Jermaine Jackson face. Or you said Lou Rawls.
He looked like Lou Rawls to me. I'm just saying. Like, pull up a picture of Lou Rawls and put side by side. And baby, you get Zach, okay? Because, he looks terrible. He looks terrible. Why are they doing my man so wrong? They doing Walter so wrong.
I don't hate Ashley's face because it looks like her. She's just not wearing any makeup.
True. It does kind of favor her a little bit. I still say Rachel from Friends.
That's an interesting facial expression.
I still say Rachel from Friends too.
And we were just talking about what hairstyle she would have, and I figured that probably would be it.
Yeah, we were right about that. We were right about the hairstyle for sure. Because
I'm really looking forward to seeing the customization that somebody does, like putting some makeup on her and like giving her a little some body on the hair, some length, because it's kind of short.
Well, I don't know, because it is accurate. Like, the hair is accurate. As far as like when she first came, well, not first came, but like when she first was on In Space, like, it's accurate.
I guess it grew throughout.
Yeah, it just grew throughout the season, and also too, it just went straight. It didn't have the layered look anymore. No. It was just bone straight. They were just like, we're tired of doing your hair. We're just going straight.
Dead ass.
So, I mean, that would have been cool. Ashley, I wasn't too like upset about. I really wasn't. I wasn't too upset about Ashley. Tommy looked like his brother. He looked like David.
Yes, yeah.
That did not look like Jason. It looked like David. But and I'm saying David Trueheart. I do not remember his brother's real name. I'm so sorry. But yeah, it looks like David. It doesn't look like Tommy at all. And yeah, and then Goldar, no wings. It's like, really? Like, we couldn't add an extra set of wings in the box? Clip them bad boys on something, but y'all just gonna go ahead and just not add wings at all. Oh, okay. All right. So what do y'all think? Like, what do you think about the faces? I know, Will, you were talking about Zach and Ashley, but what do you think about everything else?
This Tommy, I was surprised it doesn't look as much like Jason David Frank as the other ones do. And like you said, it looks like his brother. It looks way more like his brother. The hairstyle, I called it. It made sense for him to have that style because that's what he wore most of the time in Zeo. But I'm disappointed about his face. And then for Goldar, that's like a waste of a spot because like we already have a Goldar that you can take the wings off of. So what was the point?
Right.
I'm with Will there, and none of their faces looks like them. I can't. No. I'm sorry. So disrespectful too, you know, to have this whole hype and then get into the ranges that we got were essentially replicates of the previous ones, but only worse because now you're paying the same price for less, especially with Goldar without his wings.
Right.
And Ashley really does look like Rachel. I'm sorry. Whoever made her literally thought of Rachel. Like,
that's some.
Like, they're probably singing the theme song when they were doing it too.
No one's told me life was gonna be this way.
I was gonna say, I think that we mentioned this before, but they put so much effort into the first maybe like 2 waves, and then it seems like they've they're not putting as much effort in.
Not putting much effort, that's an understatement. They literally did not draw the black line on Trent's
Right. And they're re-releasing things that we already have.
Exactly.
Figures that we already have.
Exactly. When y'all can just go ahead and give us new figures like Tanya. Hello.
Oh my god.
Give us a Tanya figure.
How the hell is she gonna look?
Listen.
Oh man.
If they use the hair and the face that when she first came onto the show, no. I'm sorry, no.
Yo, Hasbro dead ass, I promise you. Hasbro got it so bad that they would put Tanya on the little African bandana that she had on.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. That's exactly what I'm picturing. That's why I said it. Like, that's exactly why I said it. They're gonna use that hair. When she first made an appearance, that whole head, even with the bandana, all of it. Dead ass. I'm telling you, that's what they're gonna do.
Oh, terrible.
And you'll all be wishing it, and I know you and Will really want the Tanya figure, but by the time you see her, you're gonna be like, I don't know about this anymore.
True. I mean, unless they use Turbo. Like, if they use the Turbo head.
If they use Turbo head, yes, I'm down for it. But not like, not even like later on in Zeo. Like, later on in Zeo, she looked fine, right? It was just that first episode. That hair looked like a mop on her head.
well, shoot. Let's not even get into that wig.
Wig. Oh my god.
Nope.
the wig that Nakia quotes as the James Brown wig. Like, it would have shocked them if they would have done that. Like, y'all put me on this big fro wig. Like, that thing looked terrible. I would have been mad. Like, why y'all did this to me?
That's interesting that they did a reshoot for that first episode so late on, where, you know, she had gotten a weave at that point, so they couldn't, you know, they had to do that.
That's crazy. That is crazy. Like, they couldn't do her hair the same way, so they were like, yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and slap this wig on. Are you serious? Like, what? Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and slap this wig on. And then you know it was probably one of those wigs from like the Sally's Beauty Supply.
Oh my god, the white people salon.
Like, okay, like those wigs, like they're not even lace fronts, they just wigs. Oh. Those things look terrible. Oh. Like, you know, they don't even have a hairline. Like, they have nothing. They're just hair. Just like, slap that on you. Call it a day. And they were like, well, I mean, we filming from far back. So, I mean, it's not like people are going to know that.
I'm telling you.
Yes, they do know this.
I did notice that, like, like years ago. Because she had that wig on, and then Kat's hair was supposed to be long, but it was short when they turned around. And I was confused. Mm-hmm. And Johnny's hair was different.
Yeah. All the hair was different. Honestly, the only ones whose hair was the same was Adam and Rocky.
No, Adam had short hair at the very beginning, and then it had grown.
Oh, you're right. It was a little bit longer. You're right. It was a little bit longer. So the only one whose hair was like the same was
Tommy.
No, Tommy. Rocky. Yeah, Rocky's hair was the same.
I still don't understand why they would do that. That's interesting. So late, but whatever.
Who knows? They probably was like, looking at this episode, I feel like
our demographic are 3-year-olds. They're not going to notice that.
Exactly. They're not going to notice. And I mean, to be truthfully honest with you, I didn't notice as a kid. I promise you.
I didn't notice till I got older.
Same. I honestly did not notice until I was an adult. And I was like, wait a minute. All the hair is different. What's happening? But I still did not know that was a wig that Nakia was wearing. I had no idea.
I knew that shit looked terrible.
I knew it looked terrible, but I didn't know that was a wig.
I'm so glad that she actually talked about it. That is so funny. And their reaction to it was freaking hilarious.
Oh my God, on that episode,
they were dying.
Yeah. Oh my God. Like, that's one of my favorite episodes. I promise you, that's one of my favorite episodes. Because listening to them laugh at that doggone wig. And then I should have known that it was a wig because it was longer. It was longer than her actual hair in the episode. It's just like, oh, her hair grew that fast? Like, okay. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they were doing. I honestly don't have no idea what they were thinking. But okay. Yeah, I guess this episode was a little all over the place.
Wow.
And also, we could, since Lena want to review the movie, we can review.
Yes! I'm so excited for this.
I wanted to do that for a while.
You have? Why didn't you say anything?
Okay, so yes, we will review. We may review in an upcoming episode the 2017 movie.
Yes, I've got a list of things to say.
Oh, we already know one of the main things that you're going to be talking about is Ludi. We already know that.
That's not true.
I can already allot 30 minutes of Lena just rambling about Ludi.
That's actually not true.
You see how he looked in that scene? Woo! Look at that body. Oh my God, that face.
Okay, that's not true. That's actually not true. But I'm glad that you know me that well.
And you're going to be talking about Dacre too.
You know it's funny.
Facts.
Wow, it's not my fault. He's so fine.
We know you. We know you, Lena. We know you well. So I'm pretty sure this next episode is going to be long.
Oh my God, I'm so dead. You guys just threw me out in the rain.
I'm just saying. It's going to be a long one. So, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
Yes, I'm super excited.
Well, this concludes another episode of Tribunal of the Grid. My name is Brandon.
I am Lena.
I'm Will.
And we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.